This dictation is 60 words per minute. Please like, share, and subscribe. Then, sir, we must find out the main reason why there were so many writ petitions and petitions for special leave to appeal to the Supreme Court. That was so because in most of these cases we had made the decision of that tribunal final. Now, under the Constitution, the Supreme Court has got the right to grant special leave of appeal. That is naturally untouched. Similarly, the high courts have got the right of the power to issue writs. Of course, I cannot say that it is all without justification. Probably many of those courts thought that in a matter where the aggrieved party had no remedy whatsoever, they should rather have the right to look into that matter. And it was from that point of view probably that we had so many appeals and so many writs issued by the High Court. Now, we are going to provide in this measure for a direct appeal to the High Court itself. As the lawyer members probably know, when there is a remedy by way of appeal, no High Court ordinarily issues any writ, and the Supreme Court is not expected to grant any special leave or of appeal. It has therefore been found desirable to provide a straight way for an appeal to the High Court by an aggrieved party. This will also, I think, remove much of the delay which is ordinarily caused by these matters. Apart from that, sir, the clause itself mentions that the tribunal shall decide the election petition within 6 months, and that the High Court shall dispose it of within 3 months. I know that even if we impose such a restriction, it may not necessarily be so, but I am sure that unless there are any special reasons, etc., the tribunals will dispose of these matters within 6 months, and the high courts also will give priority to matters like these and dispose them of within 3 months. So the honorable members will find that the present provision that has been made in this bill is much more satisfactory than the previous one. Para. Then, sir, as the honorable members are aware, there was a little confusion with regard to the various categories of corrupt practices for instance there were major corrupt practices, there were minor corrupt practices, and there were illegal practices, and all of them had different effects under different circumstances, and even some of the lawyers found this matter rather a very intricate one. In the present bill, therefore, only corrupt practices have been mentioned, and the distinction between major and minor corrupt practices has been taken away. Of course, so far as offences are concerned, there is that category of electoral offences, and that has been done not with a view to changing any particular effect with respect to the matters which are undesirable, but that has been done with a view to making the whole thing far more simple and easily understandable. So you will find that so far as present bill stop.